My name's Albert Gravel Velasco. I'm the grandson of the first merchant on Olvera Street, Alejandro Diaz Velasco, who opened in 1930. Olvera Street is the street the city of Los Angeles never wanted. They tried to bulldoze it in 1930, and our madrina, Christine Sterling, was a one-woman picket line that stood in front of city bulldozers and stopped the city's attempt to do that, whereupon she enlisted the help of Henry Chandler of the Times and other notables in the Los Angeles power community at the time to help redevelop Olvera Street. She had a vision, and thank goodness for her vision, to preserve the first street in Los Angeles for future generations of Angelenos and other children in the state of California. When you walk Olvera Street, you visit the first house on Olvera Street, which is in Los Angeles, which is the Avila Adobe House, later used by John C. Fremont during the Mexican campaign as headquarters of the American forces. Kit Carson was stationed with the Army at that time, and the sundial in front of the Adobe House is dedicated to Kit Carson. Just above us here is the first brick building in Los Angeles, the Avila Adobe House. When you walk by there, if you look in, the main support beam is cut from the mast of a sailing ship of the period. The original fireplace there was where the family cooked their pork that they bottled themselves for the family and friends. At the end of the street is the first firehouse, the Merced Theater, the first theater in Los Angeles, and the three-story brick building was built by the last Mexican governor of California, Governor Pio Pico, whose adobe is in Whittier. Would you like comments on the current controversy with the city?
Oh yeah,
love
that's
it.
great, definitely.
I personally am very, very disappointed, and an old dear friend at the time with Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, being of Mexican heritage like myself and not supporting the merchants in the long-term lease negotiations with the city. About 11 years ago, Proposition H was passed overwhelmingly by the electorate of Los Angeles. 71.4% of those voting to support Prop H, which forced the city to enter into long-term lease agreements with the merchants who have been here for 70 years at the time, month to month. The city has stalled us in negotiations for over a decade. We were recently requested by the city attorney of Los Angeles, Mr. Tutanich, not to litigate, but to mediate with him. He sent in his staff of attorneys to meet with us, and I personally attended all of those meetings. And the outcome was that he pulled his team out, unilaterally fired the judge who was sitting as the mediator on the case, and presented us with an ultimatum yesterday to accept a contract of his liking, which we're refusing. And look for future installments in the news. We'll be going to court and litigating this with the city, and I'm certain we'll prevail. We're fighting for the rights to keep Olvera Street the way you see it, a little oasis in cement downtown Los Angeles, where school children come to learn about California history in the 4th grade, where this community is endeared itself to the Hispanic community in Southern California by supporting all of their causes and preserving our cultural heritage by all of the fiestas that we put on annually and the Christmas parades, etc.